What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This episode, obviously, round two, my tips have gone absolutely crap the last couple rounds, but let's try and bounce back. Here are my round three tips. So starting off Thursday night, we have the Eels up against Manly at Brookvale, 4 Pines Park, whatever, Brookvale, Manly Oval, whatever you want to call it, Lotto Land, you name it, but I'm going to do it. Bit of reverse psychology. First ever time I've ever in my whole life tipped against Parramatta, my team, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for the boys. I'm not going to jinx them anymore. My tipping started off with poor, so I'm going to tip Manly. So obviously Schuster's back. For some reason, he always plays like he's Andrew Johns against Parramatta. Eels weren't too bad. There's just something lacking. They're just, I don't know. It's just not coming off for them. So hopefully they can bounce back and grind out a win to get some confidence, go on a bit of a run. But reverse psychology this week, I'm just going Manly. This is a dud game for me. I want Eels, obviously, but tipping Manly, betting with my head, not my heart, but let's see what happens. If it works, I might never tip Eels again. So moving on to the next game at Newcastle versus the Dolphins at McDonald Jones Stadium, Friday night, 6 p.m. So it's hard to tip against the Dolphins. I think they can go 3-0. It's going to be massive if they do. I just feel like Knights used so much energy that in the tank last week. That was an amazing game. Yeah, Tigers were woeful, but I feel like the players they have out could be a blessing for Knights, because then it gives players like Gamble a run, and he came on and absolutely killed it. But I feel like, yeah, Knights got too many players out, but to me, I feel like at home, the Knights might actually do it. Dolphins, first time they travel. I'm changing my tip to Newcastle, actually. There we go. On the fly, I'll change it to Newcastle because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like without Ponga, I don't know. I feel like everyone's going to be tipping Dolphins, that everyone's riding fins up. But, all right, let's go Newcastle. Moving on. Roosters versus Rabbits. I think I've tipped almost all the home teams actually now. Roosters versus Rabbits. This is going to be massive. This is the game every NRL fan wants to watch. If it's not Para versus Dogs, it's Roosters versus Rabbits. If it's not Panthers versus Para, it's Roosters versus Rabbits. So I feel like this is going to be a massive game. I'm tipping here Roosters. I think Rabbitohs were a bit woeful. They left it to the last minute against Penrith last week. But I think, yeah, to me, Roosters are starting to hit a bit of form. I don't know. To me, I'm going to go Roosters with it just purely because Teddy re-signed. Yeah, Roosters for mine. Moving on, Saturday night. Super Saturday. To me, not so Super Saturday because these matches are just... Anyway, let's go. First game, 3 p.m. at Seabus Super Stadium. Gold Coast Titans versus the Storm. What can we say about that? The Storm have nobody. They've got Tarek Sims coming back. I think Olam's playing and Chewy's playing. But to me, I think Titans might get him at home. If Titans played the way they did against Tigers, I think they might get him, eh? I think Storm will be down in confidence, but I don't know. With Bellamy, you never know. But I'm going to go Titans. This is another one of mine. I'm going to go Titans. Mate, I'm probably going to get none right again this week. I got 3 out of 8 last week, 4 out of 8 the week before. So let's go Titans. So moving right along, Cowboys versus Warriors. This is going to be a good game for mine. I'm only tipping Cowboys because it's at home. Purely Saturday night, Cowboys. You know what happens? Like I don't know. They just win on a Saturday night for some reason. Every team knows. Like if you're an NRL fan, you know it was back in the day, even when Scotty Prince was there, they were atrocious. But to face them on a Saturday night at home was ridiculous. They just pulled rabbits out of hats. So I'm gonna go Cowboys against the Warriors. Next match is at Suncorp Stadium, 7:30 kickoff, and it's the Broncos versus the Dragons. Now, if anyone's got the best run of all teams in the NRL, the best draw, us Eels. I don't know what the NRL's doing, whether we're being punished for something, but playing the next 3 games with teams coming off the bye, potential 0-5 start to the season. I don't know what we've done to piss the NRL off, but anyway, I feel like the Broncos being a bit favored like the Panthers, just saying. But Broncos, to me, I feel like will win. Obviously, it's at home against the Dragons. Dragons were really good last week, especially in that second half. But I just feel like Reynolds and all of them, Walsh is just absolutely freak at the moment. So Herbie Farnsworth, I don't know how any other side didn't throw millions of dollars at that kid. But Broncos for mine, purely at home. I think they only leave the state 6 times all year now, so bit of an unfair advantage, but we'll see what happens. And it's going to be hot. The weekend's going to be like 40 degrees, guys, so I don't know about the Dragons on that one. Next is Sunday. This is going to be a good game, but I have to go to Doggies. There, I said it. Yes, all you Dogs fans that's been bagging me out, yous know who you are. I'm tipping the Bulldogs. It'd probably be the only time this year I will tip the Bulldogs, but that's purely because they're playing the Tigers, and we saw what and Papali'i's not even playing, so we saw what the Tigers done the last 2 weeks. They were absolutely atrocious. Benji's, Tim Sheen's, they're living in 2005, mate. So all we hear every time with the Tigers, let's bring back the glory days of 2005. How about you bring back 2023? Focus on that. So, yeah, I feel like Bulldogs have got this. We saw what their confidence must be so high after beating Melbourne the way they did. You just saw them. Carraz is a beast. Reed out of dummy half. I'm just upset every time I see Reed run out for the Dogs. And I think there's a signed card over there. Reed's signed cards in that Parramatta folder over there in that folder there. But yeah, disappointing. Parra let him go, but he just went back home to where it all started at the Dogs. But yeah, I feel like the Dogs will probably win convincingly. I think Tigers are just, I don't know, I think they're already shot. We may need to redo my top 8 video because the ladder is just all over the place at the moment, which brings me to the last game, 6:15, GIO Stadium in Canberra, Raiders versus Sharks. Now, this one could go either way. I've got Sharks. Sharks are the only away team I've tipped this week, purely because Raiders, man, they were in the game, eh? They were playing good footy. We've seen them fade in and out of the game the last 2 weeks. They somehow get the game to level and then just nothing. So I feel they were a bit unfairly treated. Round 1, they should have won that game. It should have been a blocker from Temalolo on the field goal. But moving on, that's an NRL decision. So I've got Sharks purely because of they beat Para. I don't want them to win because they beat Para, but I've got to play it smart here, and I'm going to say Sharks. Feel like Raiders. Oh, I don't know. I think they rely on Whiten too much. The Raiders, they just all stand back waiting for Whiten to get the ball. So for mine, I feel Sharks. So let's run through it. Manly, disappointed. I'm tipping Manly, but I think Eels will win, but I'm tipping Manly. Bit of reverse psychology. Newcastle, I've changed it to Newcastle over Dolphins just because Dolphins are traveling. I feel, and Newcastle, I don't know, they're on a bit of a high after that amazing win last week. Roosters over Souths. That game could go either way. I got Titans over Storm, Cowboys over Warriors, Broncos over the Dragons, Bulldogs over Tigers, and the Sharks over Raiders. That is my round 3 tips. Round 3, wow. Before I know it, we're going to be in round 27. So, yeah, that's my tips, guys. Leave comments on your tips, what I should change. Let's just leave comments. Let me know. Might do some giveaways. What do you reckon? Should we do giveaways next week? Should I get a jersey signed, or leave in the comments? I want to give you back to you guys for supporting me. I know I'm only new at this still. I'm still all over the place, but I want to give back to you guys. You see over this shoulder, the camera's mucking me up. All those sports cards. So I can get signed balls, jerseys, hats, you name it. I can get it for you guys. So leave a comment what your tips are, who your favorite team is, like, subscribe, share, whatever. But enjoy the footy, guys. In a couple of hours, I think by the time this all wraps up and uploads, because my internet's going so slow. Trying to upload the Talking Para podcast from last night. It's been uploading for about 2 hours now. So, yeah. So, like, subscribe, comment. But, yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Peace.